Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you're all doing well today. I have another super quick little video for you in relation to my creating color palettes. And if you didn't see my other video, I will put it as an end card to this one. And what I had done to come up with these color combinations was I had taken images from magazine pages that caught my eye, that I really liked those color combinations, and so I made myself some palettes. And so today I wanted to take it one step further and show you some other stuff, because honestly there are color palettes all over the place in our lives and we're just not aware of them. So instead of using magazine pages for inspiration, there are other places, and I recently watched Liz Huey's channel. Hi Liz. And she used a previous artwork of hers as a inspiration for color palette, which is terrific. But I'm thinking a little more dimensional than that. Some other stuff. So the first thing I have is this little guy here. He's a little pottery owl that my son gave me for my birthday the other week. And he has got dark blue, light robin egg blue. Let's see if we can't make his color. I think you can see him here. He's got dark blue, so we're going to go with like this really dark blue here and see how that looks. Now you can always lighten these up if you need to, but I think that's good for the dark blue there. And then he has like light blue, like almost a robin egg blue, so I'm going to try this one here. Something like that, maybe a little bit more saturated than that. I'll just dry my brush a little bit to get it a little bit darker. And if you, in my other video, I showed that when I did the watercolors, I did go back sometimes and add more color if it was too light. I let it dry a little bit and then add too much. That's just because I had too much water on my brush. Now he's got a dark green and a light green, and his green is more like this dark green here, but that almost looks light green. And then he's got a lighter, almost yellow green, which might make me have to mix some colors here. Let me see if I mix some. If I do this, that's way too green. That's not the color that's in him. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of gold and see what that does. That kind of made it too gold. So let me go ahead. What I'm going to do, because it's watercolor, I can just pretty much erase it by tapping it like that. If you dry it, you'd have to re-wet it to get it to pick up. Let me try, let's see. It's more like a, well, actually it is this same green but much lighter. So okay, I've got these in reverse, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be in order. I just need the colors the way they are. And then he's got his beak here, and then he's got some little dots which are a very light yellow. So let me use this yellow here and see how that does. That's about the yellow that's in there. So that's good. Now the only thing is I want this green here a little bit darker. So I'm drying off my brush here on this tissue. I'm just going to get this a little bit darker here. And it doesn't, the squares, and well, these are actually rectangles, don't have to be a perfect shape. The idea is that you're just giving yourself a color combination. And that yellow there is so light you can hardly see it. So I'm going to put a tiny bit more like that. Okay, so actually that's pretty close. That bottom row is pretty close to the colors that he is. So he was a color inspiration. He sits right on my desk where my computer is, and so that was an inspiration. Then I had this for inspiration. This is a vintage, well, I mean, I'm not sure if it's not like from the 50s, but it might be from like the 70s or 80s. I never really actually went to see if there was a date in here. It is a cookbook, but it's one of these cookbooks where you fill out the recipe cards yourself. And I got this from the cabin. Those of you who know, we have a cabin up in the mountains, and when we purchased it, we purchased all the contents of the house as well. We offered that so that we could hopefully sweeten the deal for the lady, because her husband had passed away, and we didn't think she wanted to take everything out of the cabin and schlep it down a mountain, and we still certainly didn't want to buy everything and then schlep it up the mountain. And they had nice things, so we decided that we were going to go ahead and make that offer, and thankfully that's why we got the house, I think. But anyway, long story short, I got this cookbook out of the cabin because she had left it, and I had to take out a lot of the recipes because we're vegetarians and she wasn't, but there's a few recipes in there. But the reason I brought it home was because I want to write some of my favorite things that I make frequently on the cards, and then take it back up to the cabin. We do have one of the Betty Crocker cookbooks up there, but I want some of my favorite vegetarian recipes up there. So what I'm doing as I'm working here, I'm looking at these colors that are in here. So I still have gray and gold. So gray is going to obviously be black, which I think is this. Yep, that one is black, but it's gray, so I don't want to make it too dark. And if you can hear that, I'm being yelled at by Holly. My husband and I were at my parents' this afternoon, and we got home late to feed her, but she has eaten, but now she's letting us know she's not happy, even though she has already eaten. And then this color, it's actually, yeah, it's about that color. You know, it doesn't have to be a perfect match to what you have there. That is a tiny bit more orange, but I'm afraid well, all right, we'll give it a try. I can always blot it up. If I add, no, okay, I guess that's okay. I was going to say, if I was afraid if I added a little bit more orange, it would change it too much. You hear her? Okay, so let me get rid of that one. There's that one right here, this color combination right here, and that came from the front of this cookbook. And I love this. I mean, guys, everywhere. And I had this same thing when I was working on my jelly plate a lot. I'd look for texture everywhere, like even on the yoga mats and stuff. I was like, wow, that would make a great thing. Now, the other one that I really like, this is a hand towel from my master bathroom, and I love the colors in this, so why not make a palette for this one too? So this is like a very light, Helen, that's not light, a very light, like robin egg blue. Oh, she wants to get out. Holly, you're just going to have to wait, honey. She wanted in, now she wants out. This is a typical cat thing. Okay, so that's dark. That's too dark for the background here. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to put it on like that. Try and make a rectangle, Helen. And then kind of blot it. There. See, now I got it closer to that shade. So that's good. So we got that. But then we have a darker blue that's almost a, it's a very dark blue. This one actually looks more blue purple, which I don't see that I have that color, but I could add some red to this to make it a little purple, but I think I'm going to actually leave it blue. Okay, that. Then I've got this brighter orange here, which is this one right here. And of course, don't be afraid to mix your colors. Whether you're using acrylics or it's just easier for me to do water like this. But on my jelly plate, I don't use watercolor, I use acrylic. And then I've got pink here, so that's going to be the red, but very light. Oh my goodness, I am being yelled at. I'm in trouble. Holly, you just ate, honey. You just ate. There's no reason for this nonsense. People are going to think that I'm mean to you, and they'll call the SPCA or something. Just find out you're a big princess. Okay, so there's the pink. And then, let's see, we've got this color too. I've got the light blue, the dark blue, the orange, the pink, and then there's this color, which is like a kind of aqua-y, green-y color. Well, it's a blue and green combined, so let's see what I can do here. Let's see if I can get something close. It's this color here, but it's going to be much lighter than that. So I'm going to have to blot that off. And I didn't give myself a whole lot of space for that one. But there, if I blot it off, it gets much closer to that color. So there's another one right there. So from this towel, I got that palette. So that's that. And then the last one I wanted to show you, I'm just really showing you that there's inspiration anywhere for these palettes. The last one I'm going to do is from a piece of scrapbook paper. Now, I have a mile of scrapbook paper depth-wise. Honestly, I've got so much. But I pulled this one out. This is probably an ancient one. Because I know I got this at a thrift shop. So this one has got, and I love to look at, I mean, you buy your scrapbook papers because you like the colors, right? So right away that should tell you they're a good source of inspiration for a palette. So this one has black in the background. I don't know if you can see that or if it looks like purple, but that's actually black. And then it's dark purple next. So here's a, see, now this is very light. This is almost the second color that I want to do. So I'm going to make 2 of those and then darken one to make it a little bit darker so that it looks like the other color. Purple, and that's over here. Get this one dark. And I might have to wait till that dries a little bit. I have to separate those 2 colors. Then we've got an aqua color again, which is this one, but very light. This actually has more colors in it. This actually has about 6 colors in it. But that's okay. I don't have to use them all, or I can just make my little squares. So like that. That aqua color is this color here. On the camera it might be showing white, but it's not. That is actually aqua. And then the other predominant color I've got here is green. And then I've got that beige. But let me go ahead with the green, I think. Because I like that one. So I'm going to make it green. That's a nice palette. Right there, that alone is a good palette. But I just need to go back and make that purple, this one, a little bit darker to separate the 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to put the beige on it. So look, guys, look how easy that was to just make a palette from scrapbook paper. Super easy, guys. Look around. There's all kinds of inspiration. Like I said, these are just things that I see in my daily life. Always, you know, my towel and stuff. This recipe book was actually sitting on my craft desk because I'm trying to put some recipes in as I watch videos and whatever. So, super fun, and hopefully when, at the end of June, when I'm not working anymore, I'll be able to get my jelly plate out, and I've got some super fun palettes to use for when I do. I really like this one a lot. I think that's turned out really well. So just a little more inspiration for you guys. Get out some stuff, look around you, have a play, make some palettes, and then you'll never have that blank page syndrome where you're looking and thinking, I don't know what colors to use. So I hope this is informational for you. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And hello to all my new subscribers. And everyone, until the next video, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.